The art of detachment. Unlocking freedom and contentment. Have you ever felt weighed down by the world? Burdened by anxieties, desires, and the constant struggle to hold on to things? If so, then you're far from alone. The human condition is often marked by a yearning to grasp at happiness, security, and pleasure, yet this very grasping can be the root of our suffering. This is where the art of detachment, a cornerstone of many Eastern philosophies, offers a powerful path towards liberation. Detachment, a concept often shrouded in misconceptions, is not synonymous with indifference or withdrawal. It doesn't imply renouncing life's pleasures or severing bonds that hold significance in our lives. Rather, it's an intricate art, a delicate dance of releasing our grip, freeing ourselves from the chains of attachment that can sometimes choke our experiences. It's about understanding that holding on too tightly can sometimes be the very thing that causes us to lose what we value. Consider a child, eyes sparkling with anticipation as they receive a cherished bunny. The joy is palpable, the excitement infectious. But then fear creeps in. The fear of loss, the dread of having this newfound treasure taken away. And so, the child holds on tighter and tighter until the grip becomes a vice. Unknowingly, the child suffocates the very thing they sought to protect. This is the paradox of attachment. We too often fall into this trap. We latch onto things, experiences, and people with such intensity that we risk draining the life out of them. We hold on so fiercely, so desperately, that we forget that the beauty of these connections often lies in their transience, in their ability to evolve and transform. We forget that by trying to freeze these moments, these relationships, we risk stifling their growth. In essence, detachment is about understanding this delicate balance. It's about learning to appreciate without possessing, to experience without clinging. It's about realizing that we can fully engage with life, savoring its joys and weathering its storms, without losing ourselves in the process. It's about embracing the ebb and flow of life, understanding that change is the only constant, and learning to let go with grace. True pleasure, true connection, and true joy are elusive, much like the ever-changing currents of a flowing river. They are not static entities to be seized or controlled. Instead, they are dynamic and transient, constantly evolving and transforming. The more we attempt to grasp these fleeting moments, the more likely we are to miss their inherent beauty. It's akin to trying to capture the essence of a river by holding on to a handful of water. The tighter we clutch, the faster it slips through our fingers. Detachment, on the other hand, offers a different perspective. It's not about disengaging from life or distancing ourselves from our experiences. Rather, it's about fully immersing ourselves in the ebb and flow of life, without the fear of loss or the burden of possession. It's about understanding that life, much like a river, is meant to be experienced in its entirety, not clung to in fragments. This understanding transforms our approach to life. It's the difference between a frantic dance, where we desperately try to control every step, and a graceful sway, where we move with the rhythm, savoring the music. In the frantic dance, we are consumed by the fear of making a wrong move, of missing a beat. But in the graceful sway, we are free to enjoy the dance for what it is, a beautiful expression of life itself. Detachment is not about disconnection, but about full participation. It's about experiencing life in all its richness, without being held back by fear or attachment. It's about dancing to the rhythm of life, not in a desperate attempt to control it, but in a graceful sway that allows us to savor the music. It's about understanding that true pleasure, true connection, and true joy are not things to be grasped, but experiences to be savored. The teachings of Buddhism, a philosophy that has resonated with millions around the globe, offer profound insights into the nature of human suffering. The Buddha, the Enlightened One, embarked on a quest to understand the root cause of this suffering. His journey of enlightenment led him to the discovery of a fundamental concept, encapsulated in the Pali term Trishna. While often translated as desire, Trishna delves deeper, encapsulating the notions of craving, clinging, and grasping. Trishna, as the Buddha identified, is an insatiable thirst for things outside ourselves. It's a relentless pursuit of external validation, material possessions, or ephemeral pleasures. This constant yearning, this ceaseless chase, fuels the fires of discontent and suffering. It's like trying to quench your thirst by drinking seawater. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. The Buddha's teachings encourage us to recognize and understand this cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. By acknowledging the transient nature of external pleasures and the futility of clinging to them, we can begin to liberate ourselves from the chains of Trishna. This is not about renouncing the world or suppressing our desires, but about understanding their true nature and learning to navigate life with wisdom and equanimity. The concept of Trishna in Buddhist teachings offers a profound understanding of human suffering. It invites us to reflect on our desires, to question our relentless pursuit of external pleasures, and to seek a path of contentment that comes from within. By doing so, we can transform our relationship with the world, moving from a state of constant craving and dissatisfaction to a state of peace and contentment. This is the essence of the Buddha's teachings, a timeless wisdom that continues to resonate deeply in our contemporary world. The teachings of the Buddha, a beacon of wisdom for countless individuals worldwide, offer a profound solution to the cycle of desire and suffering, the act of letting go. However, this does not imply that we should strive to become beings devoid of passion or desire. Quite the contrary, it is about understanding and managing our desires in a balanced and mindful manner. A student who approaches the Buddha, burning with the desire to extinguish all desires, soon encounters an ironic twist. The very act of trying to eliminate desire becomes yet another form of clinging, another manifestation of Trishna. This realization underscores the subtle complexity of the Buddha's teachings and the nuanced understanding required to truly liberate oneself from suffering. The Buddha emphasizes the middle way, a path that delicately balances between the extremes of self-indulgence and harsh self-denial. It's not about swinging from one extreme to another, but about finding a harmonious equilibrium in our lives. This middle way encourages us to recognize the impermanence of all things and cultivate a sense of ease within the ebb and flow of life. Detachment, as taught by the Buddha, is about appreciating the present moment without clinging to the outcome. It's about fully experiencing life as it unfolds, without being enslaved by our desires or aversions. By practicing this form of mindful detachment, we can navigate the turbulent waters of life with grace and serenity, finding contentment and peace within ourselves, irrespective of external circumstances. This is the essence of the Buddha's teachings, a timeless wisdom that continues to guide us on our journey towards inner peace and enlightenment. The concept of detachment, a cornerstone of many philosophical and spiritual traditions, offers us a powerful tool to navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life. It equips us with the resilience to face losses, disappointments, and setbacks, which are an integral part of the human experience. Detachment is not about disengaging from life or suppressing our desires and emotions. Instead, it's about loosening our grip on expectations and possessions, thereby reducing the sting of loss and disappointment. When we practice detachment, we learn to find joy in the journey itself, not just the destination. We begin to appreciate the beauty of the present moment, the here and now, rather than constantly striving for future goals or dwelling on past regrets. This shift in perspective allows us to experience a deeper sense of contentment and peace, irrespective of our external circumstances. However, detachment does not imply passivity or indifference. On the contrary, it empowers us to act with purpose, compassion, and mindfulness. We become more responsive and less reactive, more in tune with our inner wisdom and less swayed by external influences. We learn to act without being overly attached to the fruits of our actions, thereby freeing ourselves from the fear of failure and the need for validation. Detachment is a powerful practice that can significantly enhance our quality of life. It enables us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience, find joy in the journey, and act with purpose and compassion. By practicing detachment, we can experience a deeper sense of peace and contentment, and lead a more fulfilling and meaningful life. The art of detachment, often perceived as a complex and elusive concept, is in fact a lifelong journey. It's akin to a continuous dance, a delicate balance between engagement and letting go. This dance is not about reaching a lofty state of perfect non-attachment, an unrealistic and impractical goal. Instead, it's about cultivating a gentle awareness of our tendencies to cling, to hold on too tightly to people, possessions, and outcomes. As we embark on this journey of detachment, mindfulness becomes our compass. It guides us to become more aware of our attachments, those invisible threads that often bind us to fear, worry, and discontent. This heightened awareness is the first step towards loosening our grip, bit by bit. It's not about severing ties or becoming indifferent, but about understanding the transient nature of life and reducing our dependency on external factors for our happiness and peace. This process of gradual detachment creates a space within us, a sanctuary of inner peace and contentment. It's like clearing the clutter in a room to let in more light. As we let go of our clinging tendencies, we make room for peace and contentity to blossom. We begin to realize that our happiness is not contingent on external circumstances, but is a state of being that we can cultivate from within. In conclusion, the art of detachment is about experiencing life fully, in all its richness and impermanence. It's about embracing the ebb and flow of life, the joys and sorrows, the gains and losses, with equanimity. It's about finding freedom in letting go, freedom to live, to love, to grow, and to be. Detachment, thus, is not an end in itself, but a means to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Remember, detachment is not an end in itself, but a doorway to a life less burdened by anxieties and more open to the simple joys of being. It's a path towards living more authentically, embracing the present moment, and finding freedom within ourselves. I am Jake.